wrap up, and then
All right, one quick comment on the Metro stuff. How the money flows back and forth from Metro to Houston, it merely as important to me as when the money gets to Houston, that it goes into streets and drains, not something else. Now, the current provisions that have delayed the money coming over have been in the way that the former administration and the former executive director documented how the money came. I think Mayor Parker is going to have that straightened out. Her comments are all of the Metro 4% that's supposed to come to the city of Houston, mobility is going to come and it's going to go in this fund. So it goes for streets and drains. And I've been told that personally by the mayor. I believe it to be true. And that is a big component of this cost. In fact, it's about 35 or 40% of the money through the 30-year time period. That's a piece of what makes this work, is having the Metro money and locking it in the lockbox and locking the money that we're wasting on debt service away. If we try to do this with debt service and sold enough bonds to do it, it would be like you go into a grocery store and buy your groceries, put it on a credit card, and pay for it over 20 years. Would you do that? We have an expense we need to pay every year. We need to pay it without finance. If you build a stadium, it's okay to go finance a stadium because it's a one-shot deal. If you build a house, go finance it. If you build a church, go finance it. But if you need to spend $300, $400, $500 million every year, financing it is a terrible way to do it. And we've all been alive when interest rates got to be 14, 15, 16%. They're not going to stay where they are today. Judging interest rates on where they are today, big mistake. If you'd like your neighborhoods and your churches to be better, they will be better if we rebuild our streets and drains. If you don't want to rebuild the streets and drains, don't rebuild the streets and drains, your churches will fail. And they'll fail quicker because of the infrastructure around them that I want to do.
we're going to let you respond.
But sir, with all due respect to you, what you cannot do through the law directly, you should not be allowed to do it indirectly. This is an indirect tax. You know it. Everybody here knows that. I'm not trying to be argumentative. Call it what you want to. But the law does not allow you to do directly what you are trying to get the voters to do indirectly.
That's
That's it.
Y'all can analyze it and argue it however you like, and everybody has the right to do that. But the state law, which he says we're trying to circumvent, the state law says this is a fee and says it's charged to churches and schools. I didn't make that law. What the charter amendment does is says the city will set up a drainage user fee. When this passes, y'all have every right to go to council and ask them to exempt it, and I think that would be a much better course for you than killing it and having your neighbors never get their streets built.
Okay, folks, I know we've got other questions and issues that we need to have to continue to have this conversation. I want to thank